Hello there, welcome to Emerald House of Cars, and today we're going to take you around this 2012 Toyota Aygo. It's I think it's a Vvt-I Fire, 3-door, it's a 1 litre petrol in black. Let's take ourselves around. Now, as you can see, first and foremost, we've got our gorgeous front headlights there on the left and on the right in great nick, such as our fog lights down here surrounded by the chrome trim there on the right, and as you can see there on the left as well. Now they're bookending our gorgeous front grille right there, set in the black. You got your gloss black, your regular black, and you swoop up here, we've got a beautiful Toyota badge just under this sleek little black smile you can see right there. The car itself is a 3-door. It's a nifty little thing in black, absolutely gorgeous. Definitely more than capable of going from A to B, but it's definitely a intriguing design. It's one that you're not going to see very often, so I'm glad that you've picked it, and I'm glad that we can have a look at it around here together. You can see our windscreen here, terrific nick, no chips, scratches, scuffs, anything of the sort. Same of course goes for the body of the car. Now we are going to be taking a trip around the body and experiencing stuff together. As you can see, again, 3-door tinted glass here. Got our gloss black wing mirror right there, I should say, in perfect nick there as well. Coming on down to our alloys. Now all the alloys follow a similar pattern, so I'm going to point this out to you. As you can see, it's in good nick, but we are starting to get cosmetic blemishing just around the edges there as well. Doesn't affect the way the car handles, operates, drives or performs, but just means that it's a used vehicle. It's had 8 years of life. If anything, just having a little blemishing around the edging is a great sign, because if it starts going in the middle and starts overpowering it, you know the car has been ragged around. But that doesn't seem to be the case with this vehicle. I believe it's only got about 47,000 miles on the clock, which for an 8-year-old car is extraordinary. It means the car's hardly been driven at all. As you can see, roof is in great nick there as well. Just like our antenna there as well. You can see it's laid there dormant. Coming around this side of the vehicle, we've got our beautiful tinted glass there in the rear. Got our rear wiper. We've got our tail lights. Beautiful set of them there. You can see there's our one on the left, and there is our one on the right there, with our beautiful Aygo and Fire badges there in chrome. It's an absolutely gorgeous little motor. Don't let its 3-door status knock you down whatsoever. It has got a lot to offer. Most importantly, handles beautifully, drives well. It'd be the perfect kind of car, maybe someone who's just passed their test and wants to get into a car, you know, still got her plates on, has just passed, and just wants a little nipper to roll around. Or maybe it's, you know, somebody who can drive. Maybe they're single, they're by themselves, they don't want to just buy too much car, they just want something small, safe, economical, practical, that they can just motor around in, no problem. Let's open that up. I love the way you get into the boot there, and you can see the boot here. Now you may be turning your nose up at calling that a boot, but I implore you, you could easily fit a week's shopping for 1 or 2 people there, not a problem. And if you were creatively packing, if you were a bit of a Pac-Man aficionado, you'd be able to fit even more there, not a problem. But look at those front seats. You can push them down and you can have half the vehicle for the boot. So, you know, if you're a single person, or maybe you're a single parent, you've got all those options, all that space. Who would need to buy a big car if you don't need all that extra space? You're just spending money that you might not necessarily have, or need to be running into having a big boot or having a big back seat. This car is a runaround, which means it will run you around in all directions safely, securely and thoroughly. It will get the job done. This alloy is probably the best of the bunch, definitely the cleanest of the bunch. But again, just further adds to what we're saying, the car has been sensibly managed by its past owners. It's still got a lot of life left to give. The fact that it's 8 years old does not matter, because looking at the miles on the clock, it's hardly been touched, it's hardly been driven, which means you are in prime position to get this car in the apex of its life and at a price much cheaper than it should be going for, with this much untapped potential still left to be tapped into. Let's have a look inside, because that's the outside. It's in great nick, but let's have a look inside, because that's going to be where you're going to spend the majority of your time. Let's clip that down and have ourselves a little look. As you can see, we've got this lovely mixture of light and dark grey. Absolutely beautiful there. What I do love is that you can see right there, you got your Isofix child seat locking points right there. So again, you know, maybe if you are a small family or so and you want to safely and securely take your kids out in their car seats, this is a safe, practical and secure vehicle for driving them in, definitely. You can see you do actually get a fair bit of legroom as well. That's what I'm saying, deceptively big on the inside this is. And most importantly, the material is soft, breathable, sits really well. And I implore you, come on down, have a sit in it before making any assumptions. Let's have a look at the rest of the vehicle. As you can see, looking around the cabin, you can see it's in really good nick all the way around. It's definitely designed in a way that you're not going to see on typical cars. Really, really interesting, the design of this. And in fact, how about we just get inside and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, this car is amazing, I would say. Honestly, if you're looking for, you know, no thrills, all kills, this is the vehicle for you, because first and foremost, the condition of it, it's been well maintained, well looked after. You can see all that sort of gloss black right there. You can see that our cabin is in good nick, but I love the way they've designed certain things a little bit different than you're used to seeing. I mean, first thing that of course is going to catch your eye is our instruments. Just look at that speedometer. Doesn't that just make you feel like you're in some sort of cartoon go-kart? That is incredible. Who needs boring cars right now? Why can't we have something a little bit fun? In fact, if we turn our car on, oh, you can see our FM AM radio comes on straight away. Let's knock that down. We have a CD aux input there as well. Your AM FM radio there too. Very easy display. You can also plug in through your aux input as well. You got all those options there. Really is easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can see our CD slot there as well. You can also tune in to different tunes, different tracks. It's just so simple to get around and use. I mean, that's the beauty of this car. Now again, no thrills but all kills. This is probably the most easy to use radio I've ever met in my entire life. We also have our windscreen demister right there. Very useful, especially with winter coming as well. So again, it's a safe car, and if you're looking at maybe this is going to be your first winter driving and you want to just make sure that, you know, you're going to be safe on those sort of cold mornings, don't worry, you got the demister right there. In fact, you've got an air conditioning system unlike any I've seen before. Usually you just get a bunch of dials like this and you just turn them, but no, this one are cranks on the side. I absolutely love that. Let's put it up all the way to hot. Let's blast it as hard as we can. Right there on the windscreen it'd be going, but let's say I just want it for me. Let's put it down there. I feel like a contestant on The Price is Right. Absolutely incredible. Let's turn that off though for the meanwhile. I mean, that is amazing. It's completely original. You don't tend to see that anywhere around, especially on you know, bigger cars. So why not just go for it? This Toyota Aygo, it's like a big kid's toy. It really is. And I feel so happy. I mean, imagine having a sort of a stressful day at work, having to deal with the real world life troubles, and getting into this thing with the circles and the dials and the buttons. It's amazing. It really is lovely. Coming on down here, we got a 12-volt charging point, but we also have a lovely secret hidden compartment right there. Very helpful if you want to put your phone. Gets, you know, clears up having all these unnecessary cables floating about. Got a couple of cup holders thrown in there. We've got our 5-speed gearbox set in grey with this beautiful chrome trim all the way around. Absolutely gorgeous right there. And of course you got a grey manual handbrake right there, and one last cup holder right there as well. Leg room for days, I must say. I'm sat in this car and I'm a bit of a big boy, to be honest. I usually get a bit nervous when it comes to 3-seaters because I'm a big boy, and the last thing I need is to feel squashed at all. But I mean, as you can see, I do not feel pinned in whatsoever. I mean, let me just sit up straight. I don't feel pinned in whatsoever. It's just a wonderful vehicle to be in, and yeah, I just really like it. I also want to point out, we do have some signs of cosmetic wear and tear. What it looks like to me, and I'm no detective, but it looks like they've got maybe some sort of stick-on. Do you remember those air fresheners you used to get where you could sort of, there'd be a glue bottom and you could just stick it on somewhere? It looks like they've done that. Someone's ripped it off, and unfortunately it's taken a little bit of the shine off it there. But if that's going to be the only cosmetic damage on the inside of a car that's 8 years old, well then, my friends, we have found the apex of all of it. I'll take that. That is nothing, because, you could easily just sort of, you get a bit of cloth and just put it down there and you'd never see it again. Nice and easy peasy, that is. 47,000 miles on the clock, which again, for 8 years, I mean, that means somebody's going less than 7,000 miles a year, which is absolutely fantastic, especially for a used vehicle. You rarely find them any better than that. That is just amazing. Let's pop on out. Now, as I said, it's a 1 litre petrol car, which again makes it very economical. It's very practical. You're going to be able to park it practically anywhere you need to, which is a wonderful thing, especially if you're going anywhere very busy. If you're going to see a show. I know you don't really tend to anymore, but let's think for the future. Let's think when this is all over, because obviously a car is not just for a year. It is hopefully for 5, preferably for life. But let's open him up. Let's open him up. It's much easier to do with 2 hands, I promise you. Come on, there you go. Let's open him up and let's have a look at this 1 litre petrol engine. Now, as I was saying, the car is very small. It's very nifty, handles well. It's actually quite intuitive as well. Like, it really is quite a good drive, especially if maybe you're not the most confident driver, or maybe you have just passed your test and you have yet to build up all that experience. This would be the ideal car for you. It's way more spacious than I think the outside really gives it credit for. So essentially you're getting space on the inside, but you're also getting a car that you could fit into most, if not all, small holes, which is perfect. If you're going into town. I know towns around the West Midlands, they tend to get rammed along the roadside. So having a Toyota Aygo would just be absolutely perfect, because it just means you could probably just pop on the end and stay out of everyone's way. It's a safe little car. It's a practical little car, and for me, I think it's an ideal little car for anyone that needs a little car. That's also not even explaining that that this car, just like all the other pieces of stock here at Emerald, has undergone our Emerald 128-point check, which essentially means anything that we can check with the car, we do check in spades. Took it out for a test drive as well. Again, very comfortable, a lot of space, comfy seats, handles like an absolute dream. Now, the 100, sorry, just a little speechless. That sense of euphoria you get from being in a car that's original. I've never sat in one of these before until we went for the test drive, so I am really quite high on this vehicle as we speak. But if you're looking for a car that is safe, that is practical, you're looking for something for a bit of peace of mind, they're going to be all right, they're in the Aygo, this is the one for you. The Emerald 128-point check, we do it because the AA stops at 100, and that for us is not quite good enough. You come and buy a car with us, you become a member of our Emerald family, and that means you're entitled to, we just really care about you. We just really want you to be safe and secure, and the only way we could practically guarantee that happening was to ensure that every vehicle was not only checked, but it was thoroughly over-checked. We're an OTT company in every sense of the word, and that does not stop with our vehicle checks. We had to make sure, essentially, we're looking at every customer as if they were our mother, our sister, our brother, our father, our uncle, the one that we like. And essentially, we just want to make sure that every bit of stock that we hand over to them, we're going to sleep peacefully, knowing that not only have they got themselves a cracking deal, a cracking bit of stock as well, but they've got a bit of stock that's going to last, and a car that is going to be safe and secure and take them wherever they need to go safely. And that's what you get here at Emerald. We love having the chat. We would love for you just to walk in through that door, have a drink out the fridge, and we'll all just sit and have a chat, see what you need in terms of a car at this point in your life, whoever you are. And, if it's this Aygo, then it's this Aygo. We'll certainly help you get it. But if not, let's have a chat. Let's see, maybe there is a car that will better suit your needs, and how can we help you find out what that is. Thank you so much for watching this video. It is a great honor to know that you're listening to me speak for 15 minutes. I do appreciate it. The Aygo has certainly got a lot of upside. There's so much to talk about. If there's anything more you'd like to know about it, anything at all, please do not hesitate to get in contact with me or any of my colleagues. We love having the chat. We love passing on information, and we just love doing anything that we can to help you feel more safe, secure, informed, and empowered when starting your car buying journey, especially here at Emerald House of Cars. Thank you so much, and stay safe.